we're going to do lesson 1.0. This is the introduction to the program. We're going to work on vowel A and consonants D, F, T, and S. This sign says welcome. I want to welcome you to the program. I'm really happy you're here. I'm excited to be here, and I'm excited to share this program with you. I created this program especially for adults who want to become better readers, who maybe never learned how to read at all. The one thing I have to tell you is we're going to start from the very beginning, and we may be doing things totally differently than you've ever thought that reading was about. So be patient, give it a try, and we'll see how it works for you. And don't forget, if you like it, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and share with your friends. Okay. First, we're going to talk about letters and sounds. Letters are different than sounds. This is a letter. The letter is A. This is a picture of a word that starts with A. Wait. Let's get started. This is lesson 1.0, introduction to the program. We're working on vowel A and the consonants D, F, T, and S. This sign says welcome. I want to welcome you to the program. I'm really happy you're here, and I'm really happy to be sharing this program, which I created especially for adults who want to become better readers. Whether you read okay, but you can't really read words that you don't know, or whether you never learned how to read words at all, this program is for you. So I really welcome you to the program, and I encourage you to stick with it, even if it seems a little bit weird at first, because it might be very different. We're starting at the very, very beginning, and we're using the very best methods for teaching reading. So it might be a little different. This is a picture of an apple. And the sound at the beginning of apple is, listen, apple, apple. So the sound at the beginning of the word apple is ah, and that is what we're looking for. That is the sound. And that's going to be mostly what we're working on is sounds. This is the letter A. I'm sure you know that. I think every single student I've ever worked with has known the names of the letters. So the name of this letter is A, but the sound that this letter stands for is ah. So that's what we're going to be working on. What happened? Okay. We're going to look at some more words that start with ah. Many words start with ah. It's a very common sound. This is a picture of an ad. You know, you see an ad on the side of the road, or you see an ad on the subway. Ad, it's short for advertisement. We're just going to work with the word ah. The sound at the beginning of the word ad is ah. Yes. Here's another one. You know, if you have a smartphone, you have apps on your phone. So this is a picture of apps. The sound at the beginning of the word app is ah. This is a picture of six-pack abs. The sound at the beginning of the word ab is ah. Yes, very good. This is a picture of an axe that you use to chop wood. The sound at the beginning of the word axe is ah. Okay. Sometimes, often, the sound ah comes in the middle of the word. Doesn't always come at the beginning. This is a picture of a rat. I'm going to say the word really slowly and see if you can hear the sound ah. Rat. Rat actually has three sounds. At. The middle sound is ah. We're going to work on ah for a very long time until you're really, really good at it. But I just want to show you, just for comparison, what other vowel sounds are like. So here's the vowel sound ah, and here's a rat with the ah in the middle. And this is a picture of a piece of fruit that is rotting. So if we think about the word rot, what's the sound in the middle? Rot. Rot. The sound in the middle is ah. So here we have rat and we have rot. So you can hear the difference. I just wanted you to be able to hear the different sounds. And by the way, just to show you real quick, that little mark right here over the A and over the O, it's called a brev. And it means that that vowel is a short vowel. It's an ah and an ah instead of a long vowel sound, which would be A and O. We'll get into all that later. If you went to school, this may be ringing a bell or maybe not. It doesn't matter. When we get to it, when we need to use it, we'll use it. But I just wanted to give you a quick description, a quick explanation. Okay, we've been talking about the sounds. The sound is ah. And here are a bunch of versions of the letter A. So when we write the letter on the page, it's called an A. And these are different versions of A. Here's a capital A or an uppercase A, and a common A or a lowercase a, another common A or lowercase a, and also here. This is a typeset A. This is what we see usually in print on the page. And this is how people usually handwrite A, different versions of this. Most people don't seem to have a problem with remembering that this is A and this is A and this is A, or that this is A. So just want to let you know, here are some different versions of the letter A. And remember, A, the letter A stands for the sound ah. Okay. We're going to be doing a lot of drills. And this is the picture we'll use for our drills. Here we have the letter. We have a capital A and a common A. Here we have the keyword apple. A keyword is a word that sort of unlocks or reminds you of the sound. So whenever you're not sure if the sound, what exactly the sound is, you can remember the keyword apple. And I'll sometimes make the motion like I'm eating an apple, like I'm taking a bite out of an apple. So that's a good way to remember. Movements are connected to our memory. So if you have trouble remembering apple, so that is our keyword. And here we have the sound, and there's the brev over it that tells us this is a short vowel, and we have the slashes on either side. This means that we're talking about the sound here. This is how we write the sound. You don't have to worry about that. Just explaining it. But I'll be doing the drills asking you to go A, apple, ah. Can you do that? I'll do it with me. A, apple, ah. One more time. A, apple, ah. Yeah, so that's our drill for the short vowel A. Okay, we're going to take a little detour, a little side trip to just talk about the difference between a vowel and a consonant. You don't have to remember this. Some people want to know. They remember a little bit from school and they just want to be reminded. So listen to this if you want to, but don't worry about memorizing it. So there are 26 letters in the English alphabet. 5 of those letters are vowels. Vowels are breath sounds. They come out on our breath. Ah, eh, ah, ooh, ah. Sorry. Different and they come in various forms. We can say ah, a, e, but they come out on our breath. Consonants are hard sounds. You touch some part of your mouth when you say them, either your tongue or your teeth or your lips. So we have B, D, G. H is a little bit of a weird one. It's also a breath sound. But the rest are pretty much all hard sounds. J, O, This usually comes with a U. Qu, S, T, U, X, Y, Z. Again, you don't have to remember those, but I just wanted to briefly describe the difference between vowels and consonants. Okay, we've looked at our vowel sound for this lesson, which is ah. Now we're going to look at consonants. This is a picture of a fish. The sound at the beginning of fish is, I know that this sound doesn't usually come through the audio on the internet very well, so I'm going to really try to exaggerate it. You put your teeth on your lips and you blow through. I don't want you to say fa, because fa is two sounds. It's and ah. I just want the letter that stands for is F. So the sound is, the letter is F. Here we have a capital F and a lowercase f. Another consonant. This is a picture of a snake. The sound at the beginning of snake is kind of like a snake hissing. Again, we don't want you to say sa. We want you to say s, just the sound by itself. S. The letter that stands for s is S. Here we have a capital S and a lowercase s or a common s. They look identical. They're just bigger or smaller. Here's another consonant sound. This is a picture of a tack, like a tack that you put into the wall to hang something up. The sound at the beginning of tack is t, t. Now, t is a little harder than the ones we just did because we can't drag it out. We have to say it real quick. T. And it's often difficult not to make a mistake and say it like ta, but we don't want to say ta because that's two sounds. That's t and ta. We just want t. So the sound is t, and the letter that stands for t is T. We have a capital T and a common T or a lowercase t. Here's another sound that's a little bit more difficult because we say it real quickly. This is a picture of a dog, and the sound at the beginning of dog is d, d. Again, we don't want to say duh because that's two sounds. That's d and ah. We just want d. Here's the letter that stands for d is D, and we have a capital D and a common or lowercase d. So again, the sound is d and the letter is D. Okay, so those are our letters that we're looking at in this lesson. Now we're going to practice blending them. And this is where it may be different than how you learned in school or how someone has tried to teach you, because this is the best way to learn, and it's not the way a lot of schools have been teaching for the last several decades. Okay, so we're going to blend the sounds, and we already looked at the sounds. So we're just doing sounds that we've looked at. We've got ah, and we have t, right? At. And by the way, I'm sure you know this word. Most people that I've worked with, most adults, know a lot of these words like this. So just go through the motions with me. At. And when we blend it, we're going to go at. And then we can hear the word at. And what's the word? At. We want to stretch out the vowel. We want to go at. At. Okay. Can you try that? At. And we blend it at. Okay. Again, I'm sure you know that word, so just humor me when it's a word that you know, and use that word to sort of practice, because you're kind of retraining your brain about how to look at these words. And if you can take a word even that you know, and you're showing your brain, hey, look, this is how this word goes. We're not looking at this as a shape. We're looking at this as two sounds that come together, at at. And then your brain is going to slowly start being like, okay, you know, like we're giving a map to your brain. Okay, let's look at another one. The sound is ah, d. And if we stretch those, if we stretch out the vowel and put it together, we have add, 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 like an ad on the subway. Okay, now we have a word that's not a real word. And this is really important for working with people like you, with adults who have lived in the world of print for a long time. So most students that I've had know a lot of words by sight, but they can't read words that they don't know. So we work on this. We use this. We use nonsense words. This is not a real word, but we are going to use it to practice putting those sounds together. So the sounds are ah. And if we stretch out the vowel and we drop in that last sound, we get af, af. And the word is af. Okay. Now we're going to do something a little harder. When the vowel comes second, it's a little harder to blend. So in this case, this is a nonsense word. We have ah. So we have to blend them together. We're going to go fa. And I always say you're saying the consonant is inside your mouth and the vowel gets it out. So you're going to go fa. The vowel is what gets that sound out of your mouth. Fa. Okay. I want to show you what this looks like if we put in a word afterwards. Okay. We're going to go fat, fat. What's that word? Fat. Let me see if I can make this a little bigger. Nope, that's as big as it gets. Okay. Let's do another one. We're going to go fad. Fad. What's the word? Fad. Like a fad, like a trend, like the kids have these fads that they follow. Okay, let's do another one. We're going to go fan. Fan. What's the word? I say fan. Some people say fan. I say fan with I have a New York accent, so I say fan. It comes through my nose a little bit. Either is fine. Fan or fan. Okay. Let's do another one. Fam. Fam. You could say this is a nonsense word or it's short for family. Fam. Fam. I say fam. Again, I say it through my nose. Fam. You can say fam or you can say fam. Either is correct. Okay. So that's basically what we're going to do. We're going to practice with a few more, but we're blending those first two sounds, stretching out the vowel and dropping in that last sound. Okay. The sounds are d, ah. We're going to blend them together and we're going to use the vowel to get the sound out of our mouth. D, ah. So when we blend it, it's da, right? The d is in our mouth and we use the ah to get it out. Da. Okay. And again, let's drop in some other words, some other sounds at the end. So we have dad. Dad. What's the word? Dad. How about Dan? Dan. Dan. I say Dan again I say it through my nose. You can say Dan or you can say Dan. It's like the name Dan. Let's see. Dan. Dam. And so I say dam, which is like a dam, like a beaver dam, or you know, when they block a river, it's called a dam. They put up like a wall in a river to block the water. That's called a dam. I say dam. You can say dam or you can say dam. Either one is fine. Okay. Let's do another one. Okay. we have t, ah. So we're going to say t in the mouth and ah gets it out. T, ah, ta, ta. And let's put in some other sounds. Tap, tap. What's the word? Tap, like to tap somebody on the back, or tap, tap on a keyboard or something. Tap, 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 tap. Okay. Let's do another one. Tag. Tag. What's the word? Tag, like to play tag or price tag. Okay. Let's see. We'll do one more. Tan. Tan. I say tan, like when you get a tan, or like tan, the color tan. Okay. Okay, so that was our blending exercise. Now we're going to do a tiny bit on common words. Common words are words that are common. Common means they're used a lot. These are words like a, is, the, of, at. So these words are used all the time. You have to be able to read them. Most of the students I've worked with have them pretty well memorized, but there are definitely going to be some that you need more work on. So we'll do more work on the common words, and I'll probably have separate videos to work on them. But this word you probably know is. And you can sound this word out. You can go is, but we haven't gotten to those sounds yet. So, we're just working with the letter A and the sound ah. So we're going to put that off and just look at this as the word is, which you probably know. Okay, that's our common words. And now we're going to do some sentences. So we can read all of these words because we practiced everything earlier in the lesson. So if you can, it's totally possible. I would say at least half of the people I work with are going to be able to read these words very well. These sentences very well. But I'm just going to take you through. And even if you can read these words very well, I want you to look at the words and start thinking about them as sounds that are put together. So we have, let me get my annotation tool. Okay, we have d and ah. We have dad is sad. So we have dad is sad, which means what? Dad is sad. Oh, poor dad. He's very sad. He's sad because his kids were not home or whatever. He's sad for whatever reason he's sad for, but dad is sad. And the other thing is, as we're reading, we want to start getting a picture in your mind of what the sentence is about, because it's not enough to just be able to read these words. You want to really have a picture in your mind. So we'll be working on that all the time. Okay, let's look at this one. Ah. So let's go. Tad. Tad is mad. So we have Tad is mad. Tad is a name. So some guy named Tad is mad about whatever he's mad about. Okay. Tad is fat. Tad is fat. Okay. I want to point out real quick, all of these sentences start with a capital letter, because sentences always start with a capital letter. We'll be working on this more, and they always end with a period or a full stop. And that means the sentence is over and your voice goes down a little bit. So let's just look at these again and read them this time a little more fluently. Dad is sad. Dad is sad. And I want to point out also that when we read, we want to read with some fluency. We want to sound like we're talking. So we don't want to read like dad is sad. We want to read as if we're telling somebody, dad is sad. So we would maybe emphasize this word a little more. Dad is sad. And we would put these two together. Dad is sad. And same with down here, we would want to say Tad is mad, or maybe even like Tad is mad, like some expression. We want to have some expression and clarity in the way that you're reading. So we're always going to be working on this. And here we have Tad is fat. Tad is fat. So some kind of expression is always good. And fluency where you're putting the words together. Tad is fat. Tad is mad. Dad is sad. Okay. Let's see. Okay, a quick review. Let's go over what we did. We have the letter A. We have the keyword apple. And we have the sound ah. So when we do the sound drill, which we'll start doing in the next lesson, we would go A, apple, ah. And we will always drill all the sounds. We want you to be automatic with everything. And that's it. That was our very quick introduction. The real lesson starts at the next point at 1.1. I hope you will subscribe to my channel and please leave comments. Let me know what you would like more of and let me know what's helpful, what's not helpful. I want to hear from you. I want to build this curriculum, this course, so that it works the best for you. I want to be useful to you and your journey towards becoming a better reader. So that's it. Thank you so much for coming.